Hey guys, Dan the Wolfman here. Hope you like all of my content. I've been trying to keep everybody intrigued, interested while, you're all bored at home in lockdown. But I got a challenge. I got a challenge for all the Aikido black belts out there. And all the Aikido black belts out there, I have a challenge for you. And not only Aikido black belts, but black belts of any style. Jiu-Jitsu black belts, Judo black belts, TMA black belts, my Tomiki friend Aikido black belts. I have a challenge for you. Over a year ago, I made a video called Throw to Sub Speed Grappling Rules. I now renamed it Aikido Street Jiu-Jitsu Speed Grappling Rules. Throw to Sub. If you look up Throw to Sub or Aikido Street Jiu-Jitsu Speed Grappling Rules, I asked people to do this. Nobody's done it. And, people are talking about getting Aiki Grappling tournaments on my page. Like we could all fly around the world to make it happen, which is really unlikely. But everyone has a cell phone that has a good camera nowadays. Everyone has a video camera. Like, it's easy, all right? All I want you to do is compete under these rules, these Aikido Street Jiu-Jitsu Speed Grappling Throw to Sub rules. You can call it Throw to Sub and get all your local people involved. You could film your own videos. So a couple black belts, do the rules. 2 2-minute rounds, slim possibility of a third overtime 2-minute round. Simple 1, 2, or 3 points is how you score. It's takedowns plus, it's grappling. It's live grappling, takedowns plus 15 seconds to establish control. So it's really street grappling. Someone like me that I teach in my new Combatives and Street Jiu-Jitsu series. It's on BJJ Fanatics right now with 30% off if you use code TOGETHER2020. BJJ Fanatics, Combatives and Street Jiu-Jitsu, or some of the other Combatives instructors that have law enforcement security backgrounds and stuff. You take a guy down and you control the position right away. I mean, that is the ideal way, and that's how you score it 1, 2, 3 points. So you can look at my video to look at the scoring. I'll get into it in a bit, but just film yourself doing it with each other. Do 2 2-minute rounds with your student. Score it. Boom. Send us the footage. You want to get famous? You want me to plug your school? Send me the footage. Say, hey, I clearly am giving you the rights. That way I can rip it, prove it to YouTube later, whatever. I got it. I can rip it, re-upload it to my page, give you some publicity. Let's see. Can you pull your stuff off for real? Uchimaras. Can you pull off the judo? Can you pull off a kodogeshi? Or a Nikyo Ayadori, like I'm so well known for doing, blowing up the Aikido people world's minds by actually being able to do stuff. Shouldn't be the only one, but it seems I am, that can go live in live grappling versus BJJ, MMA fighters, judo fighters, etc. And that's what it comes down to. So test yourself. But the challenge is Aikido black belts. Get used to doing it. Do it with your top student. Let's see some footage. And then, if that looks halfway decent and you get some experience doing it, you should probably challenge yourself to just grapple live with no time limit, 2 2-minute rounds, like you might in a street fight. I don't think you gotta be like Mr. Jiu-Jitsu and do 6-minute rounds with purple, brown, black belts, but let's see if you can get to a level that you might actually be able to handle yourself if, God forbid, someone took you down. And the purpose of that is to make everybody well-rounded no matter what your martial art is. I mean, the Shi Chow guys should be awesome at this, right? Let's bring together everybody from different martial arts. But let's function test. Let's functionalize every martial art. Let's get it back old school where it was. And even sport jiu-jitsu, let's not be butt floppy and only doing that when in reality you should be osoing someone going double knee right, putting his hand behind his back, grabbing his neck, telling him to chill the F out. Look at my Combatives and Street Jiu-Jitsu highlight videos I made. I made 5 different videos and a special awesome compilation, 3 minutes, that really shows you a lot of the stuff. That's what reality is. That's what you need, and that's what you need to test. And you need to test your takedowns. And quite frankly, if you're just double butt flopping, scissoring each other's legs, I don't see that in too many armed robberies. You're not even getting to practice in competition, which competitions are great for stress and liveness and full pressure, but you're not even practicing the things that you're really going to need. Takedowns, dominant control, that's really important. So, I mean, jiu-jitsu was scored a certain way for that. So Not only that, but guys, get good at it. And here's the real challenge. You didn't even answer that challenge. Here's the real challenge, Mr. Aikido, Mr. Aiki Jiu-Jitsu, Mr. Dato-Ru Ninjutsu Black Gi wearing MFers TMA guys out there. Challenge yourself and your students. Challenge yourself as an instructor. Get good at this, and then say, call up your local jiu-jitsu school, or maybe a small town just has grappling, whatever. Call them up. Hey man, when's open mat? Tell you what, I'm open-minded. I'm trying to get a little more well-rounded. I'm an Aikido black belt. I got a school down. Oh yeah, how's it going? Down the road from you. What I'd like to do is come to your school in a nice way, and I just want to videotape and challenge someone to a speed grappling rules, which is basically takedowns plus 15 seconds. And I'll explain it more to you later. Just 2 2-minute rounds, takedowns plus 15 seconds of continuous grappling. And not up to see if you can get a submission, which wins right away, completely, or just to get to a dominant position. More street grappling. Can we do like a little street grappling thing? Aikido and street jiu-jitsu rules, throw to sub grappling rules thing. Say, all I want to do is come in and test, see if I can even do halfway decent against like a 1 to 2 stripe white belt, someone that's been training 3 to 6 months, film it, and then I want to go against a new blue belt. Not someone who's competed for years and is like, but just someone that's a new blue belt and maybe only competed like once. I just want to see as a black belt in Aikido, can I do that? And I'm telling you, most jiu-jitsu guys are going to, yeah, my brother open mats on Saturday, Sunday, come on by. As long as you have a good attitude, do it. And film it. And be humble enough that if you do good against the white belt, we get some Aikido live. Because guess what? Most people on the street, when I bounced, I got tons of experience doing this because people are not trained. Most thugs are not trained. Some are athletic, some are aggressive, most are aggressive, but they're not trained. So that tells you there's some efficacy, even though people are like, well, you're a black belt, that's a white belt. No. There's still efficacy in techniques that work on average people, not ADCC champions. And I don't know why MFers out there so in a sport like, well, I'm making my weird submissions work for years on professional MMA fighters, big, nogi, sweaty, athletic, rated up dudes and stuff. Like, I mean, it's already like good athletes that are hard to control, usually a lot younger than me, right? Most of my footage was when I was in my late 30s, already with 7 to 10 years of lupus. So, but then go with a new blue belt. And I'll be really impressed if you could pull that off against a blue belt. I know I can, but I want to know if you can. And I want to get more footage for everybody. Because then maybe the jiu-jitsu people go, oh man, you got something to teach me. And the cops go, yeah, this is good, but boy, we better have real randori, real pressure testing. So the challenge, get out there and do it. Do it with your students. Get that on film. Put it on your YouTube channel. Send it to me. I'll put it on my YouTube channel. I'll promote your school. Go to a local, then get some experience doing it and do some regular grappling too, like I suggest. Do 2 2-minute rounds with your best student, film it, maybe a third 2-minute round or with another student, and then try a couple rounds of just straight up grappling where you start on the feet, but you continue. With all takedowns allowed, with all submissions allowed. No, jiu-jitsu school is not going to allow Ubidori finger holds, okay, as long as, there's got to be at least 3 or 4 in there. We're not really doing that kind of stuff. But other than that, yeah, we do wrist locks. Oh, you can't do wrist locks at MMA, that's small joint manipulation. Bullshit, this is small joint manipulation. Wrist locks have been always allowed. The people online, you don't know what the F you're talking about. So get out there, do it. See if you can go against a 1 or 2 stripe white belt eventually. Film it, and then see if you can pull it off on a blue belt. Now, I can pull this stuff off against blue belts, purple belts. Occasionally, can I pull it off on a black belt? To get the tap, no. But have I thrown a few black belts with it? Some that have even said so on Facebook? Yeah. Have I done it against a really well-known guy who owns a couple gyms, even in the last year, when he was butt scooting and open sitting guard and I was standing? Yes, now I don't get the tap, but I get the ayadori, and I pass instead of getting stuck in his full guard where I'm in a dangerous position where in a half guard, we're top half, I'm very comfortable as a catch jitsu master of catch wrestling. Look at my how to beat the half guard, top half guard, catch wrestling Rex the half guard 1-hour video. Shows you all that. A lot more comfortable than a top jiu-jitsu guy who's got his own schools and is famous and fought in the UFC before in his half guard than I am in his full guard. I can tell you that. And if it gets me there, isn't that effective enough? Even if I didn't tap the famous black belt? But how about when I've gone against really good wrestlers? Now, did I get some of the top fighters with it? No. But I made them scared to collar tie me, which I teach you how to do that in my Combatives and Street Jiu-Jitsu series. Available now on BJJ Fanatic. So look up my Aikido and Street Jiu-Jitsu speed grappling rules. Please go to BJJ Fanatics right now, 30% off. 4.5 hours, man, and in an hour video with a lot of replays like other people's videos. I mean, you download from the Matrix all the 34 years of training that I've had, 24 years of bouncing and training in all styles and beating myself up, sparring MMA fighters and jiu-jitsu fighters for 20 plus years. Okay? So, guys, on the rules, it's 1 point for a takedown that lands you in a guard or half guard, not quarter guard. Half guard or guard gets you 1 point. If you do a takedown and you get to a dominant position like side mount, okay, that's 2 points. If you get a big throw but land in half guard, that's also 2 points. So if it's like a really big judo throw or something, you land in half guard, well, you get something for launching a guy on his, letting the planet hit the guy. You get rewarded as you would in a street fight, in real self-defense. And 3 points if it's a big throw, big takedown into side mount. But we're also going to do 3 points, even if it's slow, whatever, but right, like maybe you get them with a wrist lock or, you know, an armbar, or wakigatami, or Russian 2-on-1. You take the guy down, which I do that quite a bit, okay? Take someone down, and then, but I get into, so the 1 point, but I get right away into double knee ride. A real control position, a police bouncer type. I'm controlling the situation. This guy had a gun, knife. He's psycho. Boom, I had to take him down. Stuff you really should be practicing martial arts. So I get to a double knee ride, which I teach in my series, right? Get that neck, trying to tap him out with a shin choke. Jeremy Horn style on his throat. Yeah, 3 points. Let's say I pull off that beautiful Aikido, and then boom, into the Ikkyo pin, and I flatten the guy out on his stomach, and I'm controlling the elbow, and I got that wrist lock going, and I'm controlling him. And boom, 15 seconds in, stand up. But boy, you got 3 points because you showed you were able to control and establish and actually hold the control position. So control position that ties up the arms. Maybe even side mount quickly, you get a leg staple and you go in a top mounted crucifix. That's good because you're basically tying up the arms in case the guy had a knife or a gun. Right? You're fishing here, but he can't hear. And you separated the arms so he can't pass the knife off from one side to the next. Or even if you end up with a good seatbelt and something, and you got the guy torqued in a half guard, but you're passing, and you got the arms tied up, whoever's calling it decision. But if you separate those arms, better yet, cops, you start learning not just mount where the guy can hold you, hug you, bite you, shoot you, pull out his knife, shiv you, or his friend can come up and kill you because you have no situational awareness besides a double knee ride. I teach the monoplot to mount. So if you can get a nice dorsal sideways and you got both the guy's arms where they can't, the hands are what kill you. So that's 3 points too. So let's focus on that stuff that brings us back to what real jiu-jitsu, real Aiki jiu-jitsu, Daito Ru Aiki jiu-jitsu, and then Aikido, it kind of had a purpose. Let's try to get that, and we got to get the reality in there because otherwise you're just LARPing. So randori, but in a way that isn't like, hey, obviously an Aikido guy's going to get killed by a jiu-jitsu black belt if we go just straight rolling. But maybe some people are cross-trained, and let's try it out and do the speed grappling rules. Besides that, it's cool, and it's going to be more bring some reality flavor, and it's really fun. And jiu-jitsu schools might start doing it. Everyone in the world might start doing it. TMAers around the world, the Sambo and the Shichao guys, they're going to love it too if you could get them involved. Right? The Kuksu, Man, Taekwondo, Hapkido. Hey, where's the Hapkido guys, man? Let's bring them all into it. Let's throw the sub-speed grappling, Kido street jiu-jitsu rules. That's how you can make it happen. And then, my friends, you kind of deserve it. If you do really good against the white belt and you do medium level or decently against that newer blue belt, be humble enough to say, okay, you totally kill me in 6-minute rounds, but let's let you have 2 2-minute rounds without the 15-second rule. We just start on the feet and we go. Just live grappling. And then see if you can actually defend a double and a single. Because if you can't defend a double, single, simple waist clinch, outside Kosotogaki, outside leg trip hoist Gracie style, if you can't defend that, then none of it matters anyway. So people are like, well, yeah, let's do the Aiki Grappling through. Yeah, but none of it matters anyway if you can't defend a blue belt. Not a wrestling champion, but a typical sport jiu-jitsu, I handed you a blue belt in under 2 years blue belt like they do nowadays. Blue belts, takedowns. If you can't handle a single double, tight waist, outside leg trip, maybe an inside leg trip or Uchigari, if you can't defend that, does it matter anyways that you know how to do this? Not really. So you got to have it all. And it's good. It's good to do to humble yourself. So if you did do good against the white belt, hopefully, and you did decent or even good against the blue belt, if you didn't in the speed grappling rules, that should tell you something. And then if they take you down and now, oh man, now I'm mounted for a minute and I can't do anything, well, that's a humbling experience too. So what's the moral of the story, my friends? I put a challenge out to you. And if you call yourself a black belt, especially if you got a YouTube channel and you're teaching out, challenge yourself as an instructor, challenge your students, challenge your style, and see what happens. Put it on video and let's make it happen. Put it on YouTube. Let's all do it. I will promote you, and then, it'll do a good thing. Maybe you can start teaching Aikido at the jiu-jitsu school once a week, or the instructor comes to your classes, and once a week you go to your classes. Would that be the worst thing in the world? Now you actually know how to teach an armbar on the ground and Jujigatami the right way? Guys, I'm DanTheWolfman. Please hit that, boom, I think it's going to be right there, subscription button, thumbs up it. Do all the stuff that I need to do. Hit that subscription button. Everybody watches, they don't hit the... Do me a favor, hit the subscription button. Just do it. Just do it, homie. And Combatives Street, it is 30% off right now, guys. You're still, a lot of people are at home. They got time. Up your game. I talk about awareness. I share my 16 stories around the world, surviving really scary situations, real world self-defense stuff. And it's good to watch with your loved one as well. Maybe you can practice and drill some of the things. So check it out. All right. Thanks, everybody. Let me know what you think.